So this video is how we make a fence readable to a horse. Alan, are we essentially talking about what a horse sees?
Exactly. There again, we have to think that the horse has not walked a course, comes in at certain speed, and he has just a few split seconds to read what is the question that's being asked. So the first thing we should think about is what actually does the horse see? So basically, the horse doesn't see the same way as we do because the horse is a prey animal. So he's got his eyes on the side and is very well equipped to look all around him, but not necessarily that much to look what's before him. Whereas us, as predators, we are very well equipped to, take an aim at something. So we looked what's inside of what's in front of us. The horse don't necessarily look what's only in front of them, but what is all around them. And they have a 340, roughly, degree vision, which makes it a lot different. And then we have to think about how the horse sees things. Basically, the horse needs to have a perception of the depth to read the fence. Is it a spread fence or is it vertical? They need to really stand out what shape, there again, we have to jump. The texture of the fence, that is to say, if we have some brush, some logs, some wooden chips, some flowers, that's the texture, helps the horse read the fence a lot. And the key word, again, is contrast rather than color. That is to say that when we don't know about horse vision, we say, okay, well, we paint that fence with a lot of colors, but the horse don't see the color the same way as we do. And for that, there is an app which is very useful, which we all really should have. And we should look at the fences through this app because you will see that basically what the horses see is colors around blue and yellow. They don't see red, actually. They don't see green. So the depth, the general orientation of the fence, the contrast, the texture, and the color, if we know the color, are the key words about that.
And given the horse's vision that you're talking about, that means that we can also, even by putting things a little bit to the side of the fences, we can help it to stand out a little bit more, not be too bland and just sort of drifting into the area around it.
Exactly. So that we'll talk later on, especially when we use the ground lines. And the other thing is we have to be very aware of is, for the reason I said about horse vision, is the surroundings.
So this is getting into not just what the horse sees, but how the horse interprets this fence in the context of where it is. It could be on the edge of water, for example.
Yeah. And if it's on the edge of water, or if there's a ditch behind, anything that can surprise the horse, we shouldn't do. So an easy way for that is to have what is called see-through fences. That is to say, fences with a shape that's hollow, and the horse in the distance can see through the fence and can see that behind that fence there is water, there is a ditch. And so the horse will not be surprised and will get ready to jump that fence correctly. Whereas if we surprise the horse with a totally filled up fence, they start jumping and they go, oh, man, there's water behind it. And it can sort of slow their jump down and hit the fence, get a bad memory, and next time they're coming to the water, people go, oh, they're not scared about the water. They just have that memory that last time they jumped into the water, that was painful because they hit the fence, because they were surprised. So our role really is never, ever to surprise the horse, but to help the horse read the question from what's before and what's after.
Lovely. So being able to look through the fence with a little bit of air maybe going through, they can see where they are. Love the idea of those different textures on the fence so that they understand that depth perception. And all of that is hopefully going to lead to a horse really being able to visualize and understand what they're jumping.